This podcast is intended for adult audiences over the age of 18. It contains adult language and situations. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to us, and not of any employer, organization, committee, or other group or individuals. This podcast is not intended to be taken as professional advice.
Welcome to the Swing Nation podcast, a podcast by swingers for swingers, where we look to educate others and push back on the negative stigmas and misconceptions associated with our lifestyle. Come with us and share our pineapple journey as we travel the globe, interview the experts, learn and grow together. Join the nation. So, Lacy, people are asking, how do they get to go to a party or an event with us?
They check out swingersociety.net, you create a profile, you sign up for an event, and you come hang out with us. It's super easy.
That's right. If you want to party with us and the other faces and names that you know from social media and TikTok, head on over to swingersociety.net.
Can't wait to see you there.
Tuesday Talks. Just send your questions to Dan and Lacy. Tuesday Talks. Swing Nation got you feeling sexy. Tuesday Talks. Talking Tuesday with Dan and Lacy.
Ooh, how about that high note?
That's perfect. Hey there, Pineapple people, and welcome to the Swing Nation podcast. We are your hosts, Northern Guy
and Southern Girl.
And we are back with another rendition of Tuesday Talks.
We are.
Talking Tuesday. You didn't back me up at all with that. Just left me hanging on a cliff all by myself.
Sorry, I just kind of wanted to see what you went. Lazy.
All right. You got this week's question.
I do. So it says, hey guys, thanks for doing such a cool job with the podcast and for keeping the podcast and your community going while you're having such a tough time. Personally, I'm quietly fangirling at the pool at Hito. We live overseas, so don't think I can call or text. Does that mean she's seen us at Hito?
She says she's quietly fangirling. Does that mean she's going to be at Hito?
Maybe. I don't know. Here's kind of a two-part one. Focus on club party clothing in between costume time and naked time. Most parties or club nights we attend have a theme or dress sexy to start, which is easy. But then the second stage is where you dress down into lingerie. Heard another podcast talking about this and interested in your thoughts. What can girls wear to stand out in a room full of beautiful women in lingerie and heels? What makes someone catch your eyes? 2, what do men wear? My husband tends to just do boxer briefs, but what else do men do? He isn't into the full fetish leather dom style stuff you might see at, say, Hito or somewhere else, but interested if you have any other ideas. Costumes, themes before they dress down is pretty easy, but is there a male middle ground between theme and naked time? They didn't leave a name.
Didn't leave a name.
Or at least you didn't send it to me.
So Hito Pool Girl wants to know the in-between. Well, she won 2 questions. She wants to know first.
Well, there's actually a couple of different things.
So let's do it in order.
Okay.
What's the first question? How to stand out, right?
Yeah. So heard another podcast. What do girls wear to stand out in a room full of women? And I will say, I don't pick my in between. Like, if you don't know what she's talking about, let me back up there. So usually you arrive in your theme outfit. So whatever it is, whatever matches the theme.
Right.
But at some point in the evening,
bunny rabbits, schoolgirl,
you name it,
glow parties,
you name it.
Right.
At some point, there's like an in between. It's like not quite like time to fuck, but you're hot. You're over your costume, and so you kind of want an in-between outfit.
Now, this is not a requirement, I should say. So, don't think if I'm going to go to the swingers club tonight, I have to bring 4 costumes. Correct. This is more for the Lacys of the world.
But to be honest with you, I don't really change that often in between. Right. I tend to wear my theme outfits until it's time to go fuck, unless I'm just fucking hot, And I think something like a Secrets or a Hito, something like that where it's so hot, I will do it. I'm not one to buy special lingerie. I've seen girls do that. Like they'll have like, let's say it's like a red party. So they'll do like
a red dress
and then buy like a red lingerie or something like that. I don't tend to do that. I usually just throw some of what I currently have in my bag and then just kind of see how I feel. Like, so that way I have an option if I want to, if I don't, I don't. So I personally don't really pick my outfits to catch attention if I'm being honest. I mean, I want attention. I like attention. I hope I get it, but I'm not trying to like stand out. Honestly, I'm just trying to feel confident in myself. And for me, I feel confident in like a one piece, like Lacy type bodysuit. That's what I feel the most confident and beautiful in. And so I tend to just put something like that on if I even do that.
So her question about standing out is specifically in lingerie?
Yeah, that's kind of my understanding.
Or is it in just theme outfits?
Most parties or club nights we attend have a theme or dress sexy to start, which is easy. But then the second stage, what can girls wear to stand out in a room full of beautiful women in lingeries and heels? And I think confidence is what makes you stand out in a room full of women. Because if everybody in there all has lingerie, it's how you hold yourself. It's how you wear it. Because let's be honest, it's all probably lacy or sheer or, you know, colorful. So something like that. And I think as long as you feel good in it, that's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, there is the whole honey birdette. I mean, there's that upper level of lingerie.
Yeah, but that's not a requirement. I've seen girls wear sheen.
No, and that's what I was gonna say is, I've seen girls in sheen lingerie that look just as hot and sexy.
I mean, like some of the more expensive stuff is good quality and it lasts longer. But
sometimes it catches your eye a little bit.
It does.
I think it catches my eye more because I know what it is and how much it costs. So it's kind of like, oh,
it's just a higher end.
I see you in that honey birdette.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah. But truth is, if you are confident and you feel good about yourself, it doesn't matter if it was $15 or $200. It doesn't really matter. So that's what I would say to that.
Yeah. No, I think that confidence is the most sexy thing, right? So if you're wearing the sexiest dress in the world, but you're hiding in the corner, or, you know, people aren't going to notice you. But if you're wearing something sexy and you're out on the dance floor shaking your ass and laughing and talking to people and having a good time, like that's the thing that makes you stand out, not so much what you're wearing.
It's like people gravitate towards you, and it's not a size thing. It's not how big or small you are, how long or short your hair is, or whatever. It's more of like, if your happiness kind of like, and your confidence.
It's the energy.
Yeah. It's a vibe.
It's the vibe. We always say, like, you know, people are always like, well, what kind of people are you into? And it's all, for us, it's like, I couldn't tell you a size. I couldn't tell you a height. I couldn't tell you a boob size or something like that. Because
all of our friends are different.
They're all different. And it's more about that energy. If you're out there and you're looking to have fun and you're looking to connect with people and you come up and you talk to me and you seem genuine and that's what attracts me.
If you're having fun on the dance floor, then that's what makes you stand out, in my opinion.
100%.
Okay, so the second part. Hold on, I lost it.
Then the second part was the guys in between.
Yeah.
What does a guy wear?
And I guess that's a good question for you. You're kind of like me. A lot of times you don't change.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of what her husband does. I mean, so a lot of times I'll wear an outfit, you know, and maybe it's like pants and a shirt, you know, or something like that. Maybe I'll take my shirt off. A lot of guys will do that. Just take your shirt off. Some guys will take their shirt and their pants off and just go to straight underwear. I've done that before. At a place like Hito or Secrets, sometimes, you know, you can wear a robe, but if it's hot, you don't really want to wear robes. You know what I mean? But if it was in a chillier spot, a robe would be okay. You know, but a lot of times on Bliss Cruise, you'll see guys just walking around the ship on their robe and stuff like that. That's a good thing to wear, like, to a playroom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm thinking more of like the party time, like in between. I would think for me, it's just kind of like taking the layers off of whatever your theme is, and that goes for me.
Now,
as
I think
a female.
I've gone back and just put like black shorts on and come back out. You know what I mean? Just because you're sick of the jeans, you're sick of the boots. You know, come back out in flip flops and like in shorts. You know, what I mean? Just to be comfortable. You know?
Yeah, and a lot of times, like whatever theme outfit I get for you, I kind of layer it. Like we've got one coming up that's like a circus theme, and we're both gonna be clowns, which sounds stupid, but when I say it out loud, but I got you like a white tank top to wear, knowing that you'll probably start in it, but end up taking it off. And like you have suspenders, you'll probably take those off. You know, you'll probably just end up in your shorts,
right?
And like your wig.
Yeah, but there really isn't guy lingerie.
No, there's not.
You know, maybe that's like
You know,
an
like-
untapped market. Because I'll tell you what, I see more and more men now starting to go with the
Thongs.
wear thongs.
Yeah.
I cannot bring myself to do it. I don't know why, but I think mostly because I feel like they'd be incredibly uncomfortable, and I just wouldn't feel comfortable.
Well, we have a few friends that say just do it
There are
because
several
women love
guys
it.
that I see that wear thongs all the time, and they're like, girls love it. It's like,
So what about like those little tiny, they're like they're like booty shorts, almost like a boxer but shorter.
Mm-hmm.
So not the thong, but like the shorts. That's an option. Or even like silk pajamas. I think would be like maybe the short set. We've had a few like pajama themed nights and stuff that you've worn that, and that seems.
I think if I wanted to get out of like jeans and like a button up, like something like short shorts.
Yeah.
You know, we used to call them Ranger panties in the Army. If anybody knows what that, but that's that kind of thing. It's what I'm wearing right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, like just wearing these. And here's the other. It's then you have ease of access, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when I get undressed before the playroom, what I'm thinking is I don't want to go to the playroom and get ready to fuck somebody and have to take off cowboy boots, jeans, socks.
Well, the least amount of stuff you bring into a playroom, the better. The
right.
better, because you're going to lose it.
You have to find it all.
Yeah, in the
and
dark.
There's a potential that somebody's going to squirt on it. So going to your room or, if you're at a club or something, dropping your stuff somewhere safe and then just wearing minimal clothes to the playroom is important. So I guess if you're in that in between where we're getting out of our clothes and getting ready to kind of get a group together to go to a playroom, wearing whatever that is probably the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Was there any other?
That was it.
That
pretty
was all
much.
the questions
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah. She just asked for like any other in between ideas, and I think we kind of nailed that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, so I think robes are important.
Yeah, and you can even do like a silk robe. We have silk robes for the summertime and like a little bit
somewhere
thicker
like
one.
Keto or Secrets, having a really light silk robe, especially for the summer months. And then like Lacy's saying, if you go to Secrets in like January, maybe you want like a full wool, more thicker.
That's becoming handy before when it's cold. Even if you're just going to the hot tub and you throw it off and then put it back on when you walk back. It's just nice to have something like that.
And then even Lacy always wears a coat. If
I'm going to a swinger club where I'm leaving a vanilla setting and going to the club, I always put a trench coat over my outfit just because I want to be respectful of anybody. I've had it where I've forgotten, had to walk through a hotel with like barely anything on, and as a mother I just kind of feel like shit. I'm like, God, please don't let there be a kid in here. I just like
I've seen you wrap like a hoodie around you or something.
I've wore like your big t-shirts before, but ideally I have just honestly I paid $30 from Amazon 5 years ago, and it's the same one I still use to this day. So because I only use it a couple times a year.
Another question about the trench coat: how many times have you wore just the trench coat home?
Every time.
So that's the other part about the trench coat. The nice part is she will just put it on and wear that back to the hotel at the end of the night
with nothing
and not
on.
have to put all the lingerie and all the fancy outfits.
And you get the like Carmen Sandiego comments too. I get a lot of those.
Well, it's especially funny when you're wearing a trench coat like in August in like Atlanta. People are like, why are you wearing that? And you're like, don't ask.
Yeah.
Just let me go to my room.
Yeah. Because I've been a big slut tonight.
Less questions.
Yeah.
The better. But I think, we get a lot of questions about outfits. And, something that you have, since we have a little bit more time, something that you have developed is, I think early on we used to go on like Amazon and places like that. And if, like you said, clown. So like if the outfit was clown, we would like search clown, sexy clown outfit or something like that. And you'd go through Amazon and you'd try to find a sexy clown outfit. Something that you have done recently where it's a little more unique to you.
I've been doing it for myself. I've been trying to do a better job
Maybe
of
I
doing
shouldn't
it
give
for
this
you.
away, but I think people already know.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, so what Lacy might do is if she's going to wear a clown outfit, she might just get red lingerie.
Yeah.
And then accessorize that with clown accessories. Right?
Yeah.
So almost like make your own outfit. So
so let me jump in here. So what I found is if you search like ringleader and I buy down the first ringleader outfit that I pull up, 5 guys or more will have that same outfit on at the club.
And same for girls.
Same for girls. And so I've really tried to get away from that and do more of like build your own. Now, sometimes I can't get down to commit to something and it just happens, But for the most part, I do it all the time for myself. Whatever the theme is, I try to build an outfit around something I have. And that's kind of where you talked about Honey Burdette. It is expensive lingerie, but a lot of times I will buy it on the sale. And I almost have every color. And usually when there is a sale, I'll try to order one or two things just to like kind of build my collection. And then whatever my outfit is, I build it around that like lingerie piece. So for Naughty in New Orleans coming up, there is a Mardi Gras night and I have a gold bra Honey Burdette set, and I'm building that around it because the Mardi Gras colors are, you know, purple, gold, and green. And in the past, I've had a green lingerie set that I've built around that. Same for like a BDSM. I have a black outfit that I've kind of built, you know, added accessories to kind of make it, you know, more BDSM. And I've done that. I did a flight attendant. I wore a blue outfit and then put like a little hat and a little scarf and the gloves. So, and to me, it's one, comfortable because then all I have to do is just like ditch the accessories throughout the night, which what happens is I end up like every time I come back to the table to get a drink or
you drop a few things.
You know, I take the hat off, take the scarf off, you know, and so by the end of the night, I just have my lingerie on and then I'm a little bit more comfortable. So, and I've kind of done the same thing for you where you can sort of do the same
right,
thing.
and even some of the lingerie might be like a bra and panties, but then it has, you know, fishnets and the garter and and so like in the beginning she has all the accessories, all the pieces of the lingerie on, and by the end of the night she might be in just the panties.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
like,
yeah. And for the first time at Naughty, speaking of clowns, as we talked about it, I'm going to wear pasties by themselves, like
to the club. Yeah.
Now for TikToks, I'm going to wear a bikini top over the pasties. So I'm, you know, like appropriate for TikTok. But so again, it's just like building an outfit around something small so that I can take
right.
it
And you
off.
don't need Honey Burdette. You could do that with Amazon lingerie.
Correct.
Or
Correct.
with
yes.
anything.
Whatever bodysuit that you love or whatever, you can just kind of build it out. Add a tutu. I've been the Grinch. I got a lime green bodysuit, added a Grinch tutu and added the Grinch hat. And people went crazy over that outfit. And it was, you know, a $10 Amazon bodysuit. So it doesn't really matter the price point. I just feel like some of the higher end lingerie I can wear those for years. And I don't even know where the Grinch Amazon bodysuit is now. That's how, you know, because I don't tend to keep up with that as well as I do the expensive stuff. So.
Yeah. So that's a few different, I think, ways to take to look at outfits and building them out, and not necessarily have to go to Amazon and just search the thing.
Yeah.
You've also gone to Etsy. There's a lot of girls on Etsy that will make you custom outfits. It's a little more expensive to do it that way.
But sometimes it's not, you know. It just depends on what you're looking for. Like I got a fajito, I got a bra that's like beaded for BDSM night, black bra thing. It was like $35. It's not bad. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah. So a few ideas for outside the box stuff, because it you know, the outfit thing can be hard. There's a lot more rave stores and stuff that are coming online. Yeah. There's a lot of different. I don't know if you know a couple off the top of your head.
I Heart Raves. I get a lot of stuff from there. The Lumi shop, LUMNI shop. I think there's an N in there. I'm not sure. You could probably Google that and pull it up. Dolls Kill has a lot of ravey stuff. Etsy, if you go on Etsy and just type rave in whatever color or whatever theme, you can find stuff. Like there's a theme coming up. It's like pimps and hoes. And I was like, what can I be for like a hoe? I found like a money bodysuit that I think is like for strippers. And I'm just going to accessorize it up. So anything like that, you got to have to think outside of the box.
Yep. All right. Well, I hope that helps you come up with some outfit ideas. This is definitely a hot topic.
It is.
That comes up all the time. So this is a great Tuesday talk subject, and I appreciate you calling in and asking. And if you have a question, maybe it's something like this that we could help answer for you, we would love to hear from you. So there's a few different ways you can get a hold of us. You can email us at TheSwingNation@gmail.com, TheSwingNation@gmail, or you can call or text us, and that phone number is
972-302-7716.
One more time.
972-302-7716.
Now, I love hearing your voice on the voicemails, but Lacy will, you know, this was not a voice message.
Yeah,
so
and I had to kind of fight for it a little. It's like, no, we're going to do that.
If you get asked a good question and it's not on voicemail, Lacy might get you in there.
If I can see it,
But if you ask a good question on voicemail, that one's going to make the podcast.
Yeah.
So we appreciate this Tuesday Talk thing. We could not do it without you. And it's always interesting. Every time we sit down and look through the questions and
never know.
Listen to the voicemails, we get some questions that we never would have thought of, which I think it helps. You know what I mean? Because we've been doing this podcast for almost 4 years now. So coming up with new and fresh topics can be difficult, but having you guys really makes all the difference. So please call, write, text. We'd love to hear your questions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think with that, in a world full of apples,
Be the pineapple.
Be the pineapple, guys.
Bye.
Bye. If you've enjoyed our podcast and want to support us, leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening. If you want to see more of our content, you can find links to Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, and more in the show notes. Come join the conversation with us and other swinger content creators on our Swinger Society Discord server. If you have questions or feedback, email them to us at TheSwingNation@gmail.com. Make sure you head on over to TheSwingNation.net and keep up to date on all things Swing Nation. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.